And for more on the legacies of late Muhammad Buhari, we have in the studio a professor of strategy and development, Commonwealth Institute of Advanced and Professional Studies, Anthony Kila. Professor Anthony Kila, it's good to have you in our studio this
Good morning. Good to be here. Good morning, Shiva.
Well, let's begin. You were one of the strong voices who criticized President Buhari's administration, former President Buhari's administration, especially given your civil society background. Now, if you look back, would you say it was all bad, or are there certain achievements you believe that stand out during his administration?
Well, I think the first thing to say is that I was also one of the strong voices who really supported him, and not only supported him, actually actively campaigned for him, using my personal resources, time, intellect, and energy to make sure he wins the election. And after that, then I became one of his strong critics. I think the analysis of the afterlife of Buhari, in broad terms, we have to look at it from three angles. One is personal, one is institutional, and one is political. You know, in terms of the personal side, Buhari, whatever you say about him, on the personal level, you know, first of all, let's the usual thing. Condolences to his family and friend. That's a personal side. On the personal side, he's the loss of a father, a friend to many people, and those people feel pain. No matter how old somebody is, I lost my dad and everybody was telling me to dance, and I could feel, all I could feel was pain. So, you know, to those people it is pain. And still on a personal level, a boy who grew up to be a soldier and a general, a community leader, president, minister, is an achievement. You know, he's somebody you use to teach others, say, walk this way and you could get to the greatest heights. The feat he has achieved are not mean feats. On the personal level, you can use that. On an institutional level, you can see the way he's been treated. Is it a state function? Because he has reached that height. And on this note, I personally feel it is important to point out and to give kudos to President Tinubu for doing this, because he didn't have to. You see, he has gone beyond the line to really show that we're celebrating a head of state. There is a thought behind it. A country that does not recognize its past leaders is not a country that has what we call continuum. It means it's breaking with tradition. So President Tinubu's presidency, by doing this, sending the signal that there's a continuum in the country, will recognize the past. I hate to sound bad, but I doubt Buhari would do this much if roles were reversed. Let's just put it that way. So that must be said. Now, from a political level, you've said it all. You asked me if it's all good and bad. Truth is, when you juxtapose the life of a politician, when you, analyze the life of a politician, you have to juxtapose what they promised and what they delivered. The Buhari that contested the election was a charismatic leader that was a symbol of change, a symbol of the victory over the battle against corruption, against insecurity, against poverty. It was that promise. Overall, we can say Buhari is a promise unkept. Because when he got to power, the life of millions of Nigerians, especially those ones that were shouting, say Baba, and were following, was not changed positively. So to that extent, I believe, as much as I criticize it, I believe that Buhari was a man that did his best. But overall, his best was not good enough as a politician. So in a way, if you look at his life, he ran many races. The worst race was the last lap. If Buhari had not become president of Nigeria, today people would have been saying, if only he ever became president, he would have turned Nigeria around. There's a lesson for people. Partisan politics can destroy the magic in people. First, they'll disgrace you while you're contesting, bring out your most horrible secret. Then when you get there, they will compare you to the poetry of campaign and the prose of governance. And this is what we're seeing with the Buhari.
Yeah, Prof.